Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to SimCity, and welcome back to Linden City. Now, don't worry, we're not going to be spending another episode in Linden City, but there are a couple of things that we need to talk about and take a look at because they've changed between this episode and the last one. Now, first and foremost, I want to talk about the Mega Towers because I saw a bunch of comments talking about this, and it's something I totally forgot about, which, to be fair, given that it's been a number of years since I played this game, that kind of makes sense. But basically, you can connect Mega Towers to the roads in more than a single spot. So this is the main entrance to our first Mega Tower. It's automatically connected to the road in front of it. But as you can see, you've got some additional road connections over here, and you only have two of them, two additional ones, that is. So you don't have one in the back, but we have managed to connect this Mega Tower up, and to be fair, it's done nothing to improve the traffic in the area, but it looks cool, so we have that going for us. Over at the Elite Mega Tower, similar story, except this road connection here, well, it can't be connected because of, I'm pretty sure, the large field with parking, which I'm just being stubborn and I refuse to bulldoze. So we have two connections to the Elite Mega Tower, which is probably fine. I would imagine most of the elites probably never come down from their literal ivory tower. And then we have this Mega Tower over here, which unfortunately can't be connected to the roads because the road grade is a little bit too steep, as you can see right there. So that's kind of a problem, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to redo the roads. I don't think there's much of a point. But that's something that I wanted to get done before we move on from Linden City because I realized it was something I forgot about. What I also wanted to do was build this guy. I wanted to get a trade port in here because I think trade is going to be pretty important in this region, and it does tie into what I want to do next. So if we go to the region view, you can maybe kind of see, wait, we're sharing buses between these guys. I totally forgot that you can see when you're sharing things. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I do. I like that a lot. And then apparently we're receiving freight from Nerdberg as well. But you can probably see off in the distance what's going on. I've already claimed Brakeman's Folly. And I have to be honest with you. I've already played a little bit of Brakeman's Folly. The problem is that I may have had a technical issue and I may have had to stop the recording, so I had to then bulldoze everything I've built. So Brakeman's Folly only has 31,459 simoleons. And that got me thinking that I'm pretty sure I did say I wasn't gonna send ridiculous amounts of money to my other cities from Linden City. But then I got thinking, well, hold on a minute. What's the point in having 3.8 million simoleons if I can't give a little bit of money to the neighbors, you know? So, so I'm gonna send Brakeman's Folly a cozy 250, well, maybe 200, let's see here, 250,000 simoleons. It just seems like, a good idea. And with that, we're going to load Brakeman's Folly, and we're totally going to do it for the first time without having to delete it. Now, there's a couple of interesting things about Brakeman's Folly. Number one is that it does have this lower section down here, and wouldn't you know, of course, that's kind of where the oil is. Now, this is also where my trade port's going to have to go, but I'm thinking I can maybe squeeze a trade port into this space on the left side of the train tracks there. The train tracks, by the way, going to be super good because we can connect those to freight as well. But my main goal with Brakeman's Folly is going to be to turn it into an industrial powerhouse because we do have coal in here. We do have ore in here. Of course, we've seen we have oil in here. So I want to use all of that to make things. If we look at city specializations, we can go into electronics and we can build a processor factory using, and then, you know, using alloys and plastics, we can make processors. Processors export for a lot of money. So that's going to be huge. That is absolutely something that I want. Consumer electronics, also probably not a bad idea. But on top of all of that, if we just do this properly and have a bunch of industry in Brakeman's Folly, then we can sort of ship all of that freight over to Linden City, which has a major need for freight right now. So that's kind of my plan. I want to use Brakeman's Folly to sort of prop up any other city that I build. So we'll go ahead and get to it, I suppose. And we'll do it relatively simply, the same way we've kind of always done things. We're going to use the square road tool, though, because I've been told this thing is a lot more useful and efficient than the way I've been doing roads before. I can also snap this and do perfect squares, which is pretty cool. So I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to do perfect squares because it just seems like it sort of makes sense to do some perfect squares here. So we'll do this and we'll do this. So that's going to be a whole bunch of zoning. And then at the bottom end of the main highway here, I want to do a bunch of zoning as well, because this is where my industry is going to go. I'm trying to separate things a little bit. So residential, commercial up here, industry down here, and then obviously this space over here is ore and coal, and then oil's down here. So industry is on the south side of this this highway, basically. So let's go ahead and grab you. Let's do this, and let's do this. Now I should say, I have also seen a few comments that have mentioned, hey, why don't you do, not grids? And yeah, you got me. I don't really have a good answer for why I don't do grids. The thing is, this game doesn't, kind of like City Skylines in a way, this game doesn't lend itself amazingly to curved roads. It's not too bad, I will admit. It's not terrible because buildings will sort of follow the curvature pretty well. But for what I'm trying to do at the minute, it's not great. Although I will say, I'm very, very tempted to try something here. So if I can get a perfect square there, I'm gonna try a little something here. We have some money to play with, so I'm gonna try and get a nice curved road in here. So we'll do. Oh, this guy doesn't want to play nicely at all. We'll do something like this. So that's all right. And then what I'll try and do is take out this road. I want to try and get a little curved road going between these guys because I think it might look nice, basically. So we'll go ahead and do, yeah. You know what? That's a curved road. It looks all right. It's not the fanciest, but it does the job. And you know what? I actually want to do the same in here as well, just because I can. Just because I can. And I do kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to do the same back here as well. Get some nice curved roads going, hopefully. I don't know how well this will behave, but yeah, I'm kind of here for it. That actually looks pretty neat. What if I took out this guy and did the same thing? Remember like 30 seconds ago when I said I wasn't really going to do curved roads, and now look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Huh? Who would have thought? All right, let's bring this guy down here. And I would say that's pretty good in terms of a layout. It's going to be a lot of industry. It's going to be curved roads in a pretty weird way, but I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. All right, let's not bother with zoning just yet. Let's do power. I'm going to do coal power in here because we have coal over here that we can mine, and that'll be pretty good for power. So we'll throw a coal power plant right there, and that'll be just fine. Water is going to come in from, I'm going to say here, and I'm going to say here. I'm getting a little bit carried away with my money, but I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. And then sewage, I could, oh, actually, you know what? Putting it on top of a cliff is hilarious. We're doing that. We're absolutely doing that. That's amazing. Imagine being down here. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, no, that's terrible. That is terrible. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking for a lot of this space as well. I'm thinking, why have we got some zoning in there? Hold on a minute. Get rid of you. I'm thinking these squares are going to be commercial. I'm thinking, let's say up to like there. These guys are going to be commercial as well. And up to about there as well. And well, not all of that. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's not what I'm looking for. Up to about there and there can be commercial. That's also not what I'm looking for. Let's not get carried away here. So something like that, just to give us a little bit of a commercial buffer between what is going to be a bunch of residential space and a bunch of industrial space. So we'll go ahead and basically zone all of this. So this is all going to be industry. Now, this is going to have a lot of problems. We're going to get a lot of complaints about not enough workers and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, that's okay. because we can pretty quickly expand here since we're using perfect squares. So if I hold shift, we can, well, maybe not do that. Does it? It really doesn't always play nicely, this perfect road thing. What if I turn off the guidelines? Does that work better? Not really. That's kind of weird. It's definitely kind of weird that it's, All right. So that works. So if I do it at this kind of angle, that's totally fine. And if I do this, yeah, there we go. So we got some perfect squares, which, you know, is nicely offset by the curves that we have down here. So it's fine. And then, yeah, we'll just fill up all of this space with residential as well, just to make sure we have enough people working in here. And that should be fine. We'll speed things up. We'll see how it goes. We're losing 750 simoleons per hour. I'm not super worried about that. And I'm pretty sure as soon as we get... Oh no, we already have these guys. You have to get something like 7 industrial buildings to unlock the coal mine and to unlock the ore mine. But because I did play a little bit of Brakeman's Folly just before hitting record and then having to, you know, delete it, we already have all of that. So we're fine, basically. We have power. We have what? Wait, do we have power? What are you guys complaining about? We need some power in the city. Hold on a minute. We are generating power, right? Yeah. You're not using the global deliveries right now. So we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to keep in mind that that's going to cost us 6,000 simoleons, but once we get the coal mine, we will be fine. So that's sort of going to be the immediate goal, is to get straight towards the coal mine, which we can afford. The only issue is, well, it's 100 per hour. It's actually not that expensive. It's actually really not expensive to go into these specializations at all. Good Lord. Okay. So this would just go right there, which I'm kind of here for. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see what we can do. Let me use this perfect square again, just to, I don't know if it's actually going to let me do this, but, yeah, right there. And give me another, oh no, not that. I want another little square right here. And does that put us next to the coal? It actually does. Okay. So this guy can live right about there. And then what we can do is just get some, you know, more garages on here. We can get the sign. I think I can put the sign up there, which is pretty cool. Coal Mining Company. Yes. I probably should. Wait, this needs an Omega Co. HQ in the region and an extraction division. Oh, should we go for Omega? Should we go for Omega Co. in this? I feel like we did it in Nerdberg. And by the way, Nerdberg, I keep saying the words, I saw some comments, but I did. I did see some comments that were like, hey, Nerdberg seems like it needs some love. I totally agree. So at some point, we're probably going to have to go back to Nerdberg. I just don't know when that's going to be, because I'm kind of enjoying making new cities right now. So we'll see. Regardless, we have some coal mining. So in theory, I can now turn off global deliveries and this guy can just use the coal mine for its supply. The issue is that this is the ore situation. So, well, actually, you know, I say the issue. I'm pretty sure I could just come down here, do another square, and then build the ore mine like here. It's not exactly perfect. Wait, I wonder, can I do another square and put the ore mine inside of it? So if I do this and then put the ore mine, well, actually here wouldn't be too bad either. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me do another square. Let me bulldoze this road. And then we can put the ore mine, I want to say there, to be honest, or there, but I'm kind of thinking here for the ore mine. And then we'll just expand it as well. So we'll just sort of extend it sort of this way. We can sort of extend it this way and this way. It's not super efficient, but it'll do the job. And then for the trucks on this guy, it's just sort of a similar story. We put them at the back like so. And we'll give it a nice little sign right there. Orco mining operation. Beautiful. All right, so we have ore, we have coal. It's having some issues with hiring though, which is fair enough. What do you want? What is this? Hey, if we really want transportation in this town to progress, we need to capitalize on our rail connection. What do you say? Sure, we'll do that. We are actually making, oh my God, I've burned through my budget. I guess these expansions to the ore mines probably do take a lot of resources, huh? And let me guess, we're having power problems. We're having water problems. Wow. Okay, well, that was sort of to be expected. What if I build you? Does that solve anything? Not really. What if I build you? Does that solve anything? Not really. Uh-oh. I may have expanded a bit too quickly. There's definitely a chance that I've gotten a little bit carried away here. We'll try that. That gives us a bit of excess, which is fine. Sewage, I would imagine, yes, just having some problems. So we'll get another sewage dump in there. And then power. Power is actually okay. All right. So that's not too bad. We're totally okay on that front. It doesn't seem like we have... Okay, this guy wants mega towers. Yeah, we do have some worker shortages by the looks of it, but it's mostly in the mines. So while I don't love the fact that the worker shortages are in the mines, I'm also not super concerned about that. So not really the end of the world there. Oh, now this is something that I forgot about. Fire coverage and policing and medical. The good news is I'm pretty sure this fire truck is from Linden City. So, man, that's a hell of a journey. That's a long way that truck came. Okay. Fire coverage. I mean, it's 20,000. It kind of needs to be somewhere central, I think. So I'm sort of thinking this corner, to be honest, although that would get rid of some of my zoning, which I don't love. But I think fire coverage being central is kind of important. So we'll do that. Medical care, honestly, central-ish. So like here in the middle of my residential zoning. And then for policing, we're looking at 30,000. So we're going to be holding off on that one. But that's all right. We do also need to upgrade all of the roads, of course. That's sort of a thing. And we should probably look into a trade depot, which is actually only 10,000. The 58,000 for the trade port is kind of a big deal, but the trade depot being quite cheap, I mean, that works for me. So let's, I guess, put the trade depot. I actually kind of like the idea of putting it in this space. Gives me a little bit more room to play with, I think. So unless I put it over here, or I don't know, we'll put it in here. We'll put it in this space. It seems like a good place for it. Although if I put it there, I can expand the entire way down, which would look interesting as well. I think this is going to be a better use of space, though, which, to be fair, I think using space in a smart way is probably not a bad idea. So we'll go ahead and get I think that's a freight shipping warehouse already. We can, I guess, get some raw ore storage. We can get some coal storage. And I don't really know what else. I mean, we're going to do oil at some point. So maybe we should do a crude oil storage lot as well. And then we can export all of those things in one way or other. So export crude oil, export coal, export ore. It's at least going to be another source of income until we start producing things, you know, like processors and all of that good stuff. So we'll see what happens. Also, this is a bit of a problem. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Bit of a pickle right there. What do you want to say? Hey, Mayor, I think it's time we ditch this fire shack for something more impressive. Just think of it. Hazmat squads, hook and ladder trucks, the newest bells and whistles. Let's get a large fire station and show this region how we fight fires. No, we're not going to be doing that. We can't afford it right now. Eventually, sure, just, you know, not right now. That's later on that'll happen. We don't even, we still have dirt roads, man. What do you mean? Like, let's get a large fire station. We don't even have roads, but we can get a large fire station. Yeah. It sounds like a great idea. Oh man, this place, these guys are still hiring as well. We need more population. So I think what we'll do, we actually have a few places here still hiring. So I think what we might have to do is maybe not use all of this space for industry. Maybe we could use some space down here for residential, because the wind is blowing, if I remember right, to the right. So I could put some residential stuff down here, which doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So let's just continue to use our squares. I mean, the square's a good shape, so, you know, we'll continue to use them a little. Oh, come on, work with me here. There we go. A little something like that. We can do a bunch of them down here if we really wanted to. I'm not too sure how well this is going to work with me here. It's really not working with me at all. Oh God. Come on, SimCity, don't be like this. There we go. So that's good. We'll do one here as well. We'll get something there. We can do some curves in all of this space, and we have to remember that we do have to come down here, so we'll leave this space relatively open. And I think, honestly, we'll do something like that. Bit of a bigger space for some larger buildings, perhaps. Bit of something like that as well. And yeah, we'll get some curves in here just to change that bit up. And I wonder, could I get a little square? That's relatively central. The only reason I'm doing that is because I want to do a curve here as well and then bulldoze you. So that gives us a nice little curve at the bottom there, which I kind of like. And yeah, I guess what we can do is do something like, I don't know, this. Hold on, let me just try and do this nice and quickly. We'll sort of go across this this midsection here, zone all these lower parts with commercial, and then zone the rest of it with industry. And then I think we can just say, you know, residential for pretty much all of this. I think we can get away with that. Although this bit needs to be commercial as well, and this bit needs to be residential. So that should be fine. That should hopefully boost the population enough to deal with all of the jobs that we don't have, or the jobs that we have and the people that we don't have. Good Lord. That's a lot of businesses looking for workers. Although I guess it makes sense given that, yeah. given that we kind of just built all of this in one go, it does kind of make sense. That's fine. It's totally okay. I probably shouldn't have built, you know what? Let me get rid of you. Let me clear out these spaces. Let's just do the residential. We just need people to live here rather than more businesses. The fact that we have so many businesses is part of the problem. I might even go so far as to, let's see, let's make a little bit of a change. Let's do a road across here and let me zone all of that with commercial. Just, I know it's more commercial zoning, but I'm gonna clear out these spaces and say that all of that can be residential. So that's residential even on the highway, which is fine, but it's gonna be a bit more residential zoning. And we do have massive demand for low wealth residential in here, as well as medium wealth residential, but that's something we can deal with later. And looking at it, we are starting to see some of these jobs get filled up, which is great. Sewage. Is sewage a problem? Sewage is a problem. Okay, well, we'll just throw another sewage outlet right there, and that should solve that problem. We do also have some money to get a police department in here. So we'll go ahead and get a police department. I want to say, I'm going to go with a French one again, actually. I do love the French one. We'll do the French police station right there. That should keep us pretty good. And so hopefully we'll see all of these jobs sort of get filled up and everything be okay. Which means that hopefully in the not too distant future, we can upgrade some of these roads. Although I think before we do that, we could get some bus stops in here, and that would then connect all of my other cities to Brakeman's Folly. So these guys are 200 each. Let's try and get some pretty good coverage in here. We'll sort of go around the edge of what we've built so far just to try and cover the entire thing in green, or at least as much as we possibly can in a nice shade of green. And then I guess we can sort of go into the middle there. It's not amazing coverage, but it'll certainly do the job. We can go to here, we can go to here, we can go to that mid spot, and we'll go here and here. And that's pretty good. So that should connect Brakeman's Folly to everywhere. We have some buses coming in, which is great. So hopefully that'll help people get around, and hopefully that's going to help them get to work, which would be kind of fantastic. I know this guy wants a Megaco. This guy probably wants Dr. Vu, and this guy probably wants, do we have power problems? We don't. So I don't know what you're going to want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk to them because I know what I want from Brakeman's Folly. I know what it's going to be. I know what it needs to be. So that's going to be my priority. And actually, in good news, that low wealth residential demand is coming down. So we're starting to deal with the issues there. Fire service is kind of slow though, so maybe we want to get some upgrades going. We probably just need to upgrade everything. It's probably just everything. I know the bell will help. Now these guys are 15,000. I forgot how expensive the additional garages are, but they are really, really good to have. So we'll do something like that. We'll go for one more. We can get one more again, but I think this is a good little start. In fact, let's just let's wait for a second so we can get the final expansion there. And there we go. So that should be pretty good fire coverage. The bell makes them respond quicker. The additional garages mean they can go to multiple fires at once. And then policing, we have 23 crimes per day. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure I saw a pop-up at the top of the screen that was talking about how criminals are coming from other cities to Brakeman's Folly. So I don't know. We might need to oh wow, the jail cells are full. Oh no. How expensive are jail cells? They are they're quite is the answer. All right. Let's get some cells right there. And that'll be good for us. How much was it? 15. Let's do more, I guess. And then it's 15 for the top floor. I do want the sign. I think the sign right there will be pretty good. All right. So now we have space for 40 criminals. Hopefully we can catch all of them, throw them in jail, rehabilitate them, and everything will be fine. I don't know that it will be, but we'll see. We are making money though. Almost 5,000 Somalians is not too bad. And we do have some coal and some ore to export as well. So we'll get a little bit of extra money from that. I will say I kind of want to make a beeline for actually making things with the resources that we're mining, because the last thing I want to do is mine all of the everything and then, you know, we have a situation where you have to just, you know, import everything. Would be a bit of a problem. Let me see. So trade HQ, trade 72,000 in global market resources in a day. Ooh. Okay. You know, actually thinking about it, can't we get, if we go to garbage, which we don't have yet, if we get the recycling sensor, we can actually get alloy, metal, and plastic from this as well, which would be kind of huge. So that might not be a bad idea. But again, I think it's going to be a case of looking to expand. I mean, how are we doing for healthcare right now? 5 deaths per day. Oh boy. Oh God. Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this. We're going to expand the little medical clinic. We'll get a sign right there. And how many patients can you treat? 25. Okay. So that's hopefully going to help a little bit. Let's expand you quite considerably to let you treat how many? 70 patients? That seems pretty good. And then some ambulances might not be a bad idea either, to be quite honest. So we'll do, oh, not enough Somalians, never mind. All right, we'll see if that's good enough. We'll see if that's good enough to cover us. And then it's just policing that needs to be, wait, no, policing, I mean, policing got us jail cells, right? 18 of 40 are full. I don't like that we're a haven for crime right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love that, but it's probably fine. I will say we should probably upgrade the roads, right? That's probably the next step. Let's go to like medium density roads around the outskirts of my residential space. I'm pretty sure I can afford to do this. It's probably not the end of the world. We also just got the metals HQ approved, which is lovely. So we have that going for us. No one's upgrading right now, which is fair enough. Maybe we upgrade some of these roads around the edges of my industry as well. Thinking about it, I would like that little bit of, I don't know, there's something about it. There's just something about having like actual roads that's kind of great. I don't know. It just kind of is. It just looks good. It actually makes it look like it's going to be a thing rather than just a bunch of random roads that I've thrown in here, which is kind of what it is, but you know, it's fine. So there we go. Medium density. Maybe this one could be upgraded as well. since it sort of cuts through the middle there, and then maybe anything that connects to the highway could be upgraded too. So all of these guys get nicely upgraded. I'm not going to get the crossroads up at the top part there, but I'm thinking this will be fine. Yeah, that seems like a decent little start. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm also realizing I could get a little curve. Oh, I could get a little curve right there. That might look pretty good. I could do the same on this side as well, but I'm pretty sure I'll lose zoning if I do that. But it might look really good. That's kind of the problem. I'm looking at it. I'm like, it could look really good. It could also look really bad. I don't know. I think we'll leave it for now. We have got 31,000 simoleons. So what have we got demand for? We actually don't have any demand for industry locally. We do have regional demand for factories though. So let's just fill up that space. We'll fill up sort of all of this space as well. We'll fill up these squares here. And so we should see some factories build because people out in the region happen to want them. And I suppose that's fine. It should mean that we have commuters coming into Brakeman's Folly to work here, which is all right. And then I guess we should have a look here. So Metals HQ. I mean, Metals HQ, what does this let me do? Does that let me get like the smelting factory? So this needs a smelting division at the Metals HQ. Interesting. And then an advanced coal mine. Ooh. So yeah, we are going to need the Metals HQ. You know what we haven't done? We haven't even placed our city hall. We should do that. That's probably a thing. That's probably a thing that we should do. You know, I actually really like the idea of City Hall being surrounded by industry. Like, I really like that idea because that's kind of what this city is, right? So let me go to here. Let me get this little guy. And I kind of want to put it. The thing is, it's not expandable if I put it there, which is kind of the problem. Although it doesn't need to be, right? Because we have all the expansions for City Hall in the other cities. So, I mean, what if we get rid of you? All right, get rid of that road. Go to here, grab City Hall. Yeah, I think right there is probably fine. It's still going to be surrounded by industry, which is what I'm looking for. And what's also cool is I could, if I shifted it, oh my God. Yeah, I can name the city. That's fine. If I shifted it a little bit, I could put the Metals HQ next to it, which would be pretty cool for this space. Although I could also put it behind it, which would look pretty cool for this space as well. Or in front of it. I can put it anywhere. I can put the Metals HQ here if I wanted to. I don't know. I don't know where to put this thing. I do like the idea of it next to City Hall though. Or at least behind it. Although then it blocks the view of the ore. So I'm going to put it here. So that's going to be the Metals HQ. Which is going to give me a metal storage lot as well, which is lovely. So we have that going for us. We're also not going to name Brakeman's Folly today, obviously, because I'm going to need your suggestions for what we call this, just FYI. So get your name suggestions into the comments for what we can call Brakeman's Folly, keeping in mind the type of city that it's going to be. And, you know, we'll pick something in a couple of episodes' time, the way we always do. Now, how do I get you? I need 5 medium tech industrial buildings. Okay, so medium tech industrial buildings, we need higher education for that, I think. I would assume that we would need higher education. We can also get the trade HQ, which is pretty cool. So the trade HQ actually could go next to City Hall, which I'm kind of here for. I love the idea that we're going to have this like little center of really luxurious looking buildings surrounded by all of this filthy industry. I really, really enjoy that. There's something about it that's just awesome. I love it. You know what? The trade HQ being right there next to that guy would be pretty cool. I could put it sort of in this space as well. I don't know. I'm trying to think long term for where these things would go and where they should go. I think the trade HQ can actually go, I think there. Actually, no, I am gonna put it there behind the behind this guy. So it's gonna be sort of spread out, which is maybe gonna be a little bit weird, but I'm kind of here for it. So that's fine. And then this thing upgrades if we get 250,000 in daily profit, which we might do eventually. I don't know. There's definitely a chance. There is definitely a chance. Now, wait, we can upgrade you already? Oh yeah, we're at 9,000 people. There we go. Oh, it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good having that in here. I'm actually kind of excited about it. All right, still 23 crimes, 23 arrests, 6 criminals at large. Do we need another police department down here? We probably do, right? Another little French police station down here wouldn't be a terrible idea. So let's maybe do it in front of City Hall. So like right there. I'm not gonna upgrade that one. I just want the coverage. That's all I'm really interested in. And hopefully that will help us out, right? Now, what are you complaining about? Worker shortage. Where? Oh, here. So what is this need for workers? It doesn't really tell me. I've got no idea. We probably, to be honest, we probably do need to look at education. Although, if I just put some school bus stops in here, people can go and get educated in the other cities. That might be a terrible idea. I'm gonna be honest. That might actually be a terrible idea, because then they might not want to work in my filthy industry, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that doesn't end up being the case, and I'm hoping that they do want to continue to work in my filthy industry. Oh, now this is a problem. Garbage is actually starting to overflow, so we're gonna need to deal with that, which is a bit of a pain. I was kind of hoping that we could continue to use my neighbors to deal with this, but my neighbors are clearly slacking. So what I think we'll do is we'll throw, I guess, a garbage dump into this space. That seems like it would be fair enough. So a garbage dump right there should deal with a lot of our problems. And what we can do with this is throw something like a garbage incinerator on here, and that's going to actually burn the garbage and get rid of it that way, which seems like it would be a pretty good idea. So, oh my God, that's the sky. So hopefully that helps us out. We can, of course, throw some extra garbage trucks on here, which I 100% want to do, because the coverage is going to be fantastic. We can throw some garbage trucks, I guess, sort of down the side here as well. Oh, I don't have the money for it. Okay, well, that's fine. We should be fine. These trucks are actually, I think, heading out now. Yeah, there we go. So they should be able to cover just about everything. Right? I would imagine they can cover just about everything. Although we have sort of built a city/town of near 10,000 people without dealing with garbage, so that might, you know, it might be a bit of a backlog is what I'm getting at. But anyway, speaking of backlogs, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up for this episode and probably get on with recording the next one right away. So this, you know, backlog of videos, that was a good segue. Oh, we actually have apartment buildings going up. Fantastic. Okay, so the population is going to continue to grow. I am going to leave things there for today because at some point the video has to end. So yeah, that's how this works. Come back tomorrow for the next one, I guess. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.